My question is this: if y'all feel like men don't do, like they exist for no reason, let me know what the women are for. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, women's purpose on earth is to procreate. Not saying that's our main purpose on earth,
but it is.
But without man and woman, we could not procreate. Because we all know that women always complain about some labor, whether it's hard labor, domestic labor, or anything. So you ladies ain't finna invent, build, or create. But a problem. They want to talk about the world would be a better place if men didn't exist. Bitch, speak for yourself. If it wasn't for women being with men, we all would not be here. So I'm just trying to figure out, do y'all want to eradicate us, including yourself? Because that's what it's giving. Don't be trying to unalive everybody along with your ass.
You know how many balls, and I hate this term and I hate this word, and they're going to make me pay for saying the word, but you know how many balls we run across now? Everybody on the internet, I'm a boss, I'm a baddie, I'm a boss, I'm this. I've never seen a boss beg. Have you, Street Talk?
I've never seen a boss ask nobody for nothing, but most bosses tell you how they a boss, but they want a nigga to pay for their
That's $5 as well. Anyway,
you at like
they're
15.
begging. They're begging.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
How much money should a guy make per year?
200,000, I guess.
My boyfriend makes like 30,000.
30,000? That should be way more.
Why? I feel like that's like enough.
He needs to make enough to spoil you and buy you everything you want.
But like he works hard for it, so I don't really care if he spoils
obviously
me.
he doesn't if he makes 30,000.
But he does. 30,000 is enough.
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because a man should be spending a ring on 30,000, not his. So, but what kind of car does he drive?
He doesn't have one.
Exactly.
I mean, I drive him around. That's fine.
That's pathetic.
But he's there for like I love him. He's there for me. The money doesn't really matter.
He's emotionally there.
He's physically there too.
A guy should spend a third of his salary on a ring. That's what I was taught.
I think money doesn't matter, so.
It does matter if you want a successful life.
But we are successful.
Obviously not if you have to drive him around.
I don't think it matters.
It does matter.
When am I getting my apology? When am I getting my apology? I just want to let y'all know, I told y'all these was bluffing. I told y'all they could settle. We just got the story. It was 9 on an air mattress. Type of princess treatment is that? That y'all so claim that y'all are princesses and queens and y'all don't settle for less. Oh, shut the up. That didn't even have even Princess Shrek ugly ass Fiona was in a tower. Had a dragon protecting that puss. Y'all on an air mattress. The same who need a $300 steak dinner before they can talk to you? That need their hair and makeup done before they talk to you? Oh my Lord. Y'all don't even know why I really started making content for real. Cause I done beat up so many. I'm sorry, I take that back. I was so tired of looking at who I knew in real life that I had encounters with get on the internet popping shit like they that when I know you met in 2 hours in the bathroom and he didn't have to buy you a drink. My videos really started off as subs for real. That I fought because I couldn't do nothing because I know they were calling people on me. But then I started to realize that I'm saying y'all get offended by, so it's not just these. It's all y'all. Y'all all stupid. And I'm never gonna be a stupid dumb like y'all. So I'm always gonna speak on what type of princesses get on air mattresses. I'm waiting for the answer.
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
Tom Brady, you could have 100 Super Bowl rings. How do you manage to fumble Giselle?
Hi, Jordan here. So you're telling me Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, fumbled because Giselle cheated on him? And not only did she cheat on him, she cheated on him with a nobody, with a personal trainer. Banging the greatest quarterback of all time, banging your personal trainer. The math not math. Not to mention the drastic, change and downgrade of income you just did. You lost your child's father. A great father at that. He was kissing his kids on the lips, took them everywhere, and he took care of his kids. He takes care of his kids still. And you left all that to go bang your personal trainer. Not only that, do you think he can't get another Giselle? His old head coach, Bill Belichick, he's literally old as dust. He's coming cobwebs as we speak. And he has a 24-year-old model who looks better than Giselle. And you think Tom Brady cannot find?
What's your body count?
My body count? I'd say like under 5.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, there's a couple situations in which like I don't feel like they count. For example, like if I meet a fan and we decide to do content, I don't consider that part of body count. If I go on a girls trip, whatever happens in that girls trip, I feel like that doesn't count as a body count.
So if you get drunk, 5 guy,
Didn't happen.
it doesn't count towards the body count.
Doesn't happen. It doesn't count. It doesn't count because it just doesn't. I feel like the only times I consider body count is when I'm like invested in what I'm doing and like in an emotional way.
So if you met the man of your dreams right now and he wants to spend the rest of his life with you and he says, I just have to ask you one question, just be honest, it doesn't matter. What's your body count? What would you say?
I would be honest. I would say under 5.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or, kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
Is it invasive then for the guy to not want to date you because you've slept with 20 men in the past 3 years?
No, but I do think it's heavily judgmental.
Would you date a guy who works at McDonald's?
No.
So you're judging him.
What kind of judgment is that? How judgy?
I think body counts between like 10 to 30 in today's society is like normal, honestly.
Let me ask a different question. Assume you were a virgin. Would it be invasive if somebody asked your body count then?
Yes. I still wouldn't tell anybody because I feel like guys take advantage of women who have low experience.
Do you think then that most women's answers, when they answer that it's invasive or they don't like it or this type of thing, is because they have themselves a high body count?
Not necessarily. I don't even consider myself to be in that category. I just don't think it's a man's business. Like why? Like what benefit do you gain knowing who I've slept with in the past? Like,
so we can disqualify you from dating. I want to know so I can make a determination of, do I want to date this person? Yes or no? I don't want, I would want that information.
Oh, you want to have the real conversation? Let's have the real conversation. If this video gets you all emotional, good. I'm not going to stutter one time. Here's the thing. It's so funny to me that we live in such a weak society that people will come back and say, oh, the men are gone. The masculinity is dead. As a woman, I'm so tired of having to step into masculine roles. I just want to be put in my feminine state, my feminine energy by a good man of good morals, discipline, and foundation. But at the same time, these same women that are complaining that men and masculinity are dead are the same women that are going after real fathers that are raising their young boys on how to actually be men through corrective action, and you guys want to call them abusive. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can't have two sides of the coin. What you need to understand is the young man has an ego. Every single young man has an ego. If he doesn't get it checked at a very early age, you want to know how he ends up? He ends up like 65% of the adult population in America that are men. Entitled, they expect handouts. They don't want to work for anything. They think there's no repercussions to their actions, so they're going to go over and they're going to screw over as many people as they can, and because they see no wrong in it, because they never ended up picking themselves up off the freaking ground for negative actions that they performed. They never had a disciplinary in their life. But here's the thing. We like to play both sides of the coin. We want to raise men and women the same way, and then we like to complain that men aren't men anymore. Make it make sense to me, because here's the thing. For a man to be a man, he has to be raised like a man. You have to have a real father, a real man, provide disciplinary action to that man. You are going to have a father that steps to his son's face and says, you will not talk to my wife like that. You will not treat other people like that. There is an intimidation factor between father and son. Now, is there a fine line between disciplinary action and abuse? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they're not. But we need to stop sitting here and pretending like men are going to be men when we're raising them like women. Thank you.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
This might be a hot take or offend some people, and I'm really sorry. But I can't stand when I see a man in the passenger seat. What are you doing? What are you, Miss Daisy? Get in the driver's seat. That's like a woman's spot. That's embarrassing. Why is she driving you around? What I think is, oh, he must be sick. He must be really sick. Maybe he lost his right foot. Maybe he's on the way to the hospital. Maybe something terrible happened in his life and he can't emotionally take it and she has to drive him. Fine. Any other reason? What are you doing? Do you let her pump your gas too?
Do not ruin it for the women that like to drive or that need to drive, because if not, they will get sick. Motion sickness is not fun, okay? Bottom line is that if you see a man in the passenger seat and a woman is driving, 99% of the time, it is because that woman wants to be in the driver's seat. So if anything, this whole video needs to be redone. And look, you gotta take it up with the ladies, because if you got a problem with it, then you should speak to them, not to the men.
I don't like to be approached at the gym just because it is my safe place.
One thing I do at my office in London is we actually have a safe place for men in our office where women aren't permitted to talk in our meetings. Oh. And it's just a nice place for men that they can feel comfortable to discuss ideas and solve problems without women interrupting them. And it's really spiked our productivity in the last quarter by about 53%.
Do you have a space like that for women? Where men aren't allowed to talk?
So we have the conference room. Women usually have the women's bathroom, and they could get their. That's your guys' top.
That's where women should gossip.
Yeah.
Bathroom.
Well, the cleaning supplies are there in our office, so the women can help out with the cleaning of the desks.
And you know, you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids, and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, you might have a problem.
If you hate women so much, why don't you just date men?
I never said I hate women.
You said women deserve less. Isn't that hating them? Why don't you just date men?
Number one, I don't hate women. And I like how you immediately came to that conclusion. I think if anything, we need to give women less because we care about them. Women want a guy that is attractive. And attraction a lot of times comes from you being dominant and assertive and not necessarily listening to everything that she wants. And you're being a boss. So I think you're actually doing her a service by making her work for your validation, your attention as a man.
That's just your preference. I don't know how many women you've met like that, but not all women are the same.
The reality is most women don't want to be in a relationship with a guy who isn't competent, leadership traits, attractive, tall, good shape, etc. Women want a guy
That's
that
what
has
you
his stuff
want in a
together.
man. Why do you keep describing what women want in a man? You're just
Because it's a fact.
It's
biological
not a fact. You're describing what you want in men.
Okay, good one. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been shown throughout time that women have a pretty narrow attraction trigger base of what they like in men.
And you have a narrow attraction trigger base too. You just want women with 0 body counts and all that.
Okay. That's not what I said. I think you're misrepresenting my position, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you like men.
Okay, good one.
In all seriousness, it's very heavy on the reverse daddy issues over here. Because what do you mean you wouldn't wake up at 3:30 in the morning and take me to the airport? My dad would. You wouldn't drive a truck 10 hours to help me move? My dad would.
Do you treat your man like you treat your father? Do you give him the same authority and respect? Because when your father tells you not to do something, you don't do it. When your father tells you that your way of thinking is wrong and he corrects you, you don't talk back and tell him he's a controlling freak and he's an and he shouldn't think the way that he does and he's a piece of shit. No, you let him lead you. So are you allowing your man to lead you? Your father says, no, you're not allowed to go out. I don't want you to go out. You're not going to that party. You live in my house, you're under my rules. You're not going to that party. You're not going to that party. And if you do, you take accountability and you get punished in whatever suit is needed at the time. And you accept that punishment. You don't hold resentment towards your dad because you know you did wrong. You disobeyed your father's order. So why aren't you acting like that with your husband, with your man? You know that when you get married, you get walked down the aisle, and that is your father giving you away to your husband. So now you are supposed to treat your husband with that same respect, that same authority. You are supposed to give him that same obedience and submissiveness, but you're not. At the end of the day, your father has an obligation to you, and when you get married, your husband takes that obligation. Or if you expect a boyfriend to do this and spend 8 hours helping you move, then you should be giving him wife treatment because you expect husband treatment out of him. But at the end of the day, you are giving him an obligation. So therefore now you are obligated to give something in return. If he takes the obligation of taking care of you and doing all of these things for you and treating you like your father and making sure all of your stuff is taken care of, then you have to respect him and his authority, and in his house, treat him like a king, and under his house, it's his rules, and you respect what he has to say and when he has to say it.
Well, honestly and truly, most of these bottom women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
Damn.
You know, if she's a black belt, then I guess I can just pull up to her gym and get one myself. And I know there's a clear weight and gender difference, but this man has got no idea how to fight, and he just made it look like he was trying to swat a mosquito.
The number of women who are not interested in entertaining any man right now is shocking. Y'all have really turned women all the way off. And it's not that women have given up on love, but they have given up on convincing men that they're worthy of it. Like, they don't prefer solitude, but they do prefer their sanity over dead-end situationships. And they aren't rejecting of partnership in general, but they are rejecting projects who try to repackage their performative potential as being a work in progress. And no, it's not that they're difficult. They've just experienced the difficulty of trying to breathe in toxic environments, so they'd rather exhale alone than to suffocate with the wrong man. So contrary to popular belief, a lot of women are open to being loved correctly, but it's either that or they want to be left alone completely. No in between, no second chances. And no, it's not this epidemic of women having unrealistic expectations. It's an epidemic of women finally having realistic assessments of what men have to offer. Of course, good men do exist, but can we finally acknowledge the exhaustion of trying to sift through the men who don't want love, they want help, or an unpaid therapist, or someone to mother them, or an emotional punching bag to project all their insecurities onto, or a man who says that he wants a wife, but he doesn't want to be a husband. And if he does marry that woman, she just becomes another married single mother. Like, I'm just being real, not trying to start a gender war, because the real gender war is when a woman is left to fight for a relationship alone and ends up losing herself trying to keep a man she should have been left. So at some point, we gotta admit that today's women aren't too independent or bitter, they're tired of trying to build a home with a man they got to protect their energy from, instead of a man who can match their energy, whom they feel at home with.
You know, men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. Doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me, and I don't have time for that.
I will try. And oh my god, I'm actually rolling. Whoa, honey, did you see that?
You lost your momentum.
Wow.
Now you gotta wheel your gladiator ring over there.
I did it.
There you go.
That's heavy. I need rest.
Your barbell hip thrusts aren't working.
Eggs.
Try to make it where it's like a nice coil.
Okay. Ooh, 50 pounds. It's so prickly.
You need some gloves?
Yeah, it's gonna cut that.
Did that easier than I thought.
Thanks.
Do you want to actually try to split one?
That'd be fine.
Hey! Hot dog, we got firewood.
Can I do it again? Whoa!
That's how you use a wheelbarrow? Most people don't use wheelbarrows like that, but that's okay. Go from the front, honey. You're just gonna find that it's a lot easier. Go feed the cows.
Boop, boop, boop.
You know the drill.
Here you go, cows. Probably weighs like 300 pounds.
Opie's right behind you to help.
It's a lot of juice pulp today.
Thank you, New Year's resolutioners.
Seriously.
I absolutely love men. And I'm going to say that proudly and with my chest because I am the mother of 2 boys. One of them is going to be a full-grown male adult in 4 years. I know that appreciating men is like a taboo thing and it's become embarrassing or really controversial. But I'm going to say it anyway. I value men so much and I appreciate them so much. And I can't help but see there is something going on. Obviously I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I feel like there is a hidden something. I don't want to say agenda, but there's a hidden mission to weaken our men. I see it all the time. And I've read this somewhere online, or I don't know where I saw it, but it says something like a society with weak men is like a collapsed society or something along them lines. And I can't help but think that this whole movement of making women so masculine and making women become so hyper independent is also part of that attack on men. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of them women. I am that independent woman. I am that single mom. I am in that masculine energy at all times because I've had to be, because I was taught that's how I'm supposed to be. Is to be that way proudly. I still am. I still have no choice but to be. My message today is to men. Men matter so much. Like if you're a man watching this video, you matter so much. We need strong men, good men, present men, men who lead with purpose, need protectors. When men are strong, grounded, and in their purpose, families thrive, communities thrive, children are kept safe, women feel valued, women feel supported. The whole world literally functions better. Today I'm just here to offer men some encouragement, some form of appreciation. Men deserve a world that lifts them up instead of tearing them down. So if you're a man and no one's told you today, we need you. We appreciate you. Your strength matters. Your leadership matters. Presence matters. You matter. I'm not going to live in a society that pretends that isn't the case. Love ya.
You ever notice when a man has a beautiful, gorgeous woman on his arm, suddenly all the other women start paying a lot of attention to him, right? And now he's out there thinking he's turned into some sort of Greek god. And no, she's dating for personality this time. Poor guys like, everybody's checking me out. I'm so hot. No, sweetie, sit down. They don't want you. I hate to break it to you. They want to compete with her. Because listen, women are natural strategists. When we see a man with a confident, gorgeous woman on his arm, part of us goes like, what's so special about that guy? Is he loaded? Like, why did she choose him? What is he, right? And that's not attraction. It is curiosity mixed with a little competition. Because half the time, when another woman is flirting with a man, knowing that he's full-blown taken, she's not even really into him. She is just testing that woman. She wants to see if she can take what another woman has, just to prove that she simply could, okay? Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande. It's not about love or even attraction at all. It's purely about ego. But the problem is that most of these men, they misread that. And then all of a sudden they think that they're so irresistible that they've unlocked some sort of God mode and they can have whatever woman that they want, right? No, honey, she just wanted to hold the trophy somebody else had for validation. Now, here's where guys fumble. They really start believing the hype. They start chasing the illusion of something bigger and better out there, and they end up losing the real woman that they had, the one who actually made them glow up in the first place. So here's a little reminder for the men. When another woman's flirting with you, knowing that you're in a relationship, they're not chasing you, honey. They are challenging her. And the second that you forget that, you're gonna lose both of them. So yeah, hot, you're super hot. But she's the reason that that woman noticed you in the first place.
They're doing both. They're chasing the guy and they're trying to be in this competition with the woman he's with.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit.
But half of y'all have a funky attitude when somebody do approach you. If you feel that he doesn't make enough money or he not hopping out a Lambo or a Ferrari or some type of luxury car, you turned off. And if he say something to you, you got a funky attitude instead of just being nice and saying you're not interested, instead making him feel this big. So I don't blame men. I wouldn't walk up to no female either, because the way y'all be doing, like, who wants to be treated like when they ain't did nothing to you and they just being nice? It's okay not to be attracted to a person, but at the same time, like, what's wrong with being nice? Like, nobody ain't nothing to you. You act like he disgusts you. That's the problem. And then you're right, a lot of women are definitely the chasers, but come on now. Y'all know y'all be having them funky attitudes. Y'all don't even be wanting nobody to say something to y'all in the gym. Like, be for real.
And you know, modern women continue to say, you know, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot a shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what? This date really cost him. You know what? You know, he might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some, well, you know, we both spending time, but you know, he's got to spend his money on the date. Instead of just saying, well, you know, I spend my money too, in a way, because I use my makeup, and, you know, I go get a spray tan, and one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, well, I mean, you didn't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You needed to been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.